So if you're worried about what your friends and family might think about your network marketing or home-based business, and that worry is stopping you from posting about what you do on Facebook, then this training is for you. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to separate your business life from your personal life by setting up a Facebook sub profile. It's a fairly new strategy and it works incredibly well. This will then help you grow your business faster because you'll be able to post more consistently and show up as your real self without feeling self-conscious or worried about what your friends and family might think. So I'll first explain the strategy and then I'll show you on screen. So this may or may not be an issue for you, but it was for me many, many years ago. Most of my family supported what I did and they would encourage me, etc. But I had this small group of friends who every time I'd post on Facebook, the next time that we'd go out for a drink, they would just laugh at me and mock me. And they'd used to say, are you still doing that thing, that stupid business thing on Facebook? Why do you keep doing it? Why bother? And I got really self-conscious and it really started to affect me. I couldn't do anything about it at the time. I tried a few different ways and strategies using custom lists on Facebook, which is, a strategy that does work, but it does come with a few pitfalls and challenges. But the new way that I found, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is much, much better. Now, for me at the time, I couldn't do much about it, so I just had to get on with it. And eventually I proved all my friends wrong. I succeeded, and then all of a sudden they started to come to me and say, hey Gav, what's that thing you're doing? I'd love to be part of it. I'd love to find out more. So, there are definite benefits to having your friends and family see what you're doing, but there's many people that I've noticed and that I've worked with over the years who are worried about what their friends and family might think, and they don't want to show up consistently. They don't want to post and share their business. They don't want to share value. They don't want to share their ideas and their true selves on Facebook because they don't want to be laughed at. So up until recently, Facebook would only allow you to have one profile, one personal profile. And if you tried to create a second profile, you would run the risk of having all of your accounts closed down. And I know many people, again, who used to create a second profile and they would still have their own name and their own photo, and Facebook would figure out what was going on and they would close down that profile. And sometimes they'd close down the original profile as well, which meant that it just wasn't a strategy. Recently, Facebook have allowed everybody to create a second profile. In fact, they allow you to create a third profile and a fourth profile if you want to. And they're called sub profiles. And basically how it works is you use your main profile, which is your real name with your real photo, and your real date of birth, etc. And if you want to get your profile verified, you need to submit ID. So Facebook knows that it's really you that's using that main profile. What you're then able to do is create a sub profile, and you can change your name on that profile if you want to. You could use a business name if you wanted to. You could use an alias. It's entirely up to you. But the key is it's attached to your main profile, but the two profiles aren't visible to each other. So anybody that's on your main profile just wouldn't know you'd got a second profile unless you added them as a friend. So over the years, I've come to realize that most of my friends and most of my family just aren't interested in my business anymore. Yes, some of them might have joined many years ago, but most of them dropped out and did absolutely nothing. Nowadays, they're just not interested. And, they've told me, I'm really bored of seeing your business stuff on your Facebook profile. So I had to come up with a solution and decided to try this sub profile idea. So what I did was I created a second profile for my personal, and I called it Gavin Mountford Personal. Now, I could have created a second profile for my business and done all my business on that profile. But for me, because I've been doing this for years and my main profile on Facebook has got thousands of leads and prospects and customers and clients and team members. So to move all of my existing people over would have taken a lot of time. So it made sense for me to move my friends and family over. So what I did, and I'm going to show you this on screen in a second, was I made a list of all of my friends and family, my personal friends and family members. And I scrolled through Facebook. I looked at, my big list of everybody that I'm connected to, and I found about 40, between 30 and 40 friends and family members that I wanted to move over to the new profile. And then what I did was I messaged each of those people a link to my new profile, and I told them that I was going to invite them and add them as a friend on my new profile. And I explained that I'm separating my business from my personal, so they didn't need to see all of my business posts anymore, and I was going to be moving them across to my personal profile. Some of them replied back to me, some of them didn't. Some of them added me on the new profile and some of them didn't, and that was okay. But the key was I told everybody because I wanted to move everybody across. And then I waited about a week after that, and then I just removed all of those people, the friends and family, from my main profile. And everybody that was interested, that wanted to stay in touch, just added me on the new profile. So now I've got two profiles. I've got my main profile, which I use for my business. And yes, I still post personal stuff on there because, one of the ways to grow your business is to be yourself. But I've also got my personal profile, which is now where my friends and family see, and I don't put any business on that profile whatsoever. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that yourself now. So let's dive in and go on over to the screen. So in order to create a new sub profile on Facebook, make sure you are obviously logged into Facebook in the first place. I'm going to do this on computer, although you can do the same process on your mobile device. So what you want to do is you want to find the photo icon, your little profile icon on Facebook. At the moment, for me, it's showing at the top right, but Facebook do like to move it around, so it might be in a slightly different place for you. So I click on that, and then here I can see I've got my main profile here, I've got my business page here, and I've got my sub profile here. So what you want to do is come to where it says see all profiles and click on that, and then you should then see the ability to create a new profile or page. So what you want to do is come down to where it says create new profile or page and click on that. And then you want to go with personal profile. So we don't want to create a public page. We want to create a personal profile and click on the little dot and then go next. And again, these options might be slightly different, but the process is going to be pretty similar. Then it shows you that you can create a new profile, express another side of you, connect with certain friends, switch profiles with one login, get started. And then all you need to do is just add in your name. So if you're going to be doing this for your personal profile, which I recommend that you move your personal friends and family over from your main profile to your sub profile, just add in your same name again, and you could put your name and then you could put the word personal on it in brackets so you know the difference, or you could just use your name for this. Again, create a username. For this one, I created Gavin Mountford Personal. So the link at the top of my profile is Gavin Mountford Personal. Obviously, use a photo. If you wanted to use a different photo so it's easy to separate the two, you can. And then, there's a cover photo and a profile photo, and then create your profile. I'm not going to create another profile for me. I'll let you go through these options. It's fairly straightforward. And once you've done it, what you should find is once you've created it, in the top, when you click on your profile again, you'll see here your main profile. And for me, I know that this is my sub profile. So if I click on this, it switches over to my sub profile, where I've got my friends and family on. And then at the top, I can see that this one is called facebook.com/Gavin Mountford Personal. What you want to do is you want to grab that link, because that's the link you're going to be giving out to your friends and family in Messenger on your main profile in a minute. So make sure you copy that link because you're going to be using it shortly. So the next thing you want to do is make sure you are switched back to your main profile, and you can just click one button. So if I wanted to go to my main profile, I'd just click this one. If I wanted to go to my sub profile, I'd click this one. So you want to go back to your main profile, which has got all of your friends and connections on. So this is your existing main profile that you've had for more than likely for many, many years. So go back to that profile, and then I'm going to give you a link. Go to facebook.com/friends, or you can find the friends list through the options on Facebook. But go to facebook.com/friends. And this is where you can see friend requests, suggestions, all friends, birthdays, custom lists. Go to all friends, and now you can see all of your friends or people that you're connected to on Facebook. What I recommend you do now is create a Google Sheet. So I've got a Google Sheet here that you can see. I'm just going to blur out my friends on here. But what you want to do is you want to scroll through this list, and as I said, it is going to take you a bit of time, and it's probably not something you'll do in one sitting. For me, it says 1,653 friends. You might have a lot more than that. You might have a lot less. So basically what you want to do is find all of your personal friends, find all of your family members, find anybody that you might have worked with, or anybody that you don't want to see your content that's stopping you from being your true self and sharing about your business and your products, etc. That way. And what we want to do is make a list of these people. So I would go through and literally just scroll through and look at everybody and just see, is this somebody I know through business, or is this a personal connection? And what I did, as I said, was I made a list of 30 to 40 different friends and family members that I wanted to move over to my new profile. So now I've got my list. What I then did was I came up with a message to send out to all of my personal friends and family members. And you can see the message here. I did change it up a little bit dependent on who I was messaging. This was somebody called Ben. I said, "Hey Ben, I hope you're well. I'm just switching this profile over to be my business profile. Could you send me a quick friend request to my new personal profile here?" And then I sent a link to my personal profile, or my new profile, which is right here. And then I said, and then we'll still be connected. And I did this with everybody that was on my list. As I said, I did change the message up slightly. If it was my mom or my dad, obviously they got a slightly different message, or my brother was a different message compared to some of my friends or some of my work colleagues that I hadn't connected with for a long time. But the key was that I sent everybody this message. And then the final thing that I did, once I'd messaged all of my close friends and family, was I went back to my document and I'd made sure that I'd added the links to their profiles. So I just clicked on the link and I went over to their profile. And then I found the button that says friends, and all I did was I clicked on that button and I went to unfriend. Now, if you want to if you're really worried about people seeing your content that are your friends and family and maybe coming back to your profile once you've done this, you could also block them from your main profile. They won't know anything about it. They just won't be able to access that content. So, if there's anybody, and, for most people, it doesn't matter because they're not going to come back to your main profile to see your business stuff. They don't really care. They're going to forget all about it very quickly. But if you're really worried about certain people, then just block them from your main profile. So there you go, a really simple way of moving your personal, family, and friends over to a brand new profile, so you can use your main profile as your business profile going forwards. Again, you can do it the other way around if you'd like to. If you've only got a few business type people on your main profile, then obviously you can use your main profile for your personal profile, and you can create a totally separate profile for your business. But that, to me, that would involve starting completely over from scratch again, which is okay if you're a beginner and you're just getting started. But if you've been doing this for years, then chances are you've built up quite a big audience on your main profile. So it makes sense to use the sub profile for your family and friends. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. Feel free to leave me a comment with any questions that you might have, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notifications when I post new videos and trainings like this again. I'm Gavin Mountford, founder of Networking Superstars. I'll see you soon.